Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Make It Monday for this week. Today I'm going to do a fun fold card. It's a swinging gatefold card, that's what it's called. Yes, swinging gatefold. I saw it on a US demonstrator's channel, Lisa Curcio, I think that's how you say her name. And she used the carousel horses, which it just looked fantastic with that stamp set. But I've gone ahead and done it with a different stamp set, and then the card we're going to make today is a different stamp set again. So I will get around to doing the carousel horses, but yeah, I didn't want to copy her exactly. So let's switch down to a craft desk. Just make sure I'm recording. Yes, that's always a good thing. Okay, so this is the card I'm going to make or recreate. I'm not going to use the same thing. So I've used the Zoo Crew DSP and the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper. So I've cut the little characters out of the Zoo Crew paper, and this is how it stands. And I just thought that was pretty cool because it's just a standard card size. Just quite standard, goes in the normal C6 envelope, and it's just a standard card size, just scored in the middle, and yeah, you've got a little stopper, a bit like an easel card, I suppose you could call it. Yeah, I guess I do. See, if you put it down like that, it is really like an easel card when you think about it. So yeah, so that's a little card. So as I said, I used the Zoo Crew Designer Series paper for the little characters, and the Bright and Beautiful DSP on this one. The scallop contour dies. I did some blending with the blending brush. So this is Lemon Lolly. This is actually Lost Lagoon, and this was Pretty Peacock, but they sort of blended together, so that was okay. This sentiment is from the Les Shops bundle. And the sentiments is from the Carousel Horses bundle. So that's the card we're going to make, and it's got this little mechanism here to make it sort of swing. So that's, I guess, where it gets the swinging gate name from. So we're going to use, to recreate our card, I'm going to use the Les Shops Sweet Collection, the stamp set and the DSP and the dies. I've already cut a few things out, and also I'm using a deckled rectangle die. They're great dies, layering dies to have in your craft supplies. So they're the products I'm using. But as I said, I've already cut a few things out, so we just need to do a little bit of colouring. So we'll do our layering first, I think. So this is just your standard A5 card base, scored at 10.5 centimeters, and then scored again in the center, so it's about 5.25 centimeters. I have scored it. You could just fold it over and do it in half, but I scored it. And this one's going to come back because we're wanting it to stand like so, like this one. Okay, so that's that. We've got 2 panels of contrasting cardstock, and they're 14.4 by 4.8 centimeters. So I'll put my little sample one maybe down over here, and you can sort of see. So yeah, they're 14.4 by 4.8 centimeters, and then we've got some Les Shops DSP, and it's 13.9 centimeters by 4.3 centimeters. Yes, so 4.3 centimeters. Might do it this way, and then we'll do our mechanism. Oh yes, I have cut the little bits for our mechanism. Deckled rectangle's going to go there, and our shop's going to decorate that. So let's put our layers together first, and then we can work on our focal point. So I shall get my silicone mat, and we shall layer our card panels first. I was going to do a technique today that I saw called ghosting technique, and it was a heat embossing technique with designer series paper, and it looked a really cool technique, but I don't have enough clear embossing powder. I did a couple of samples, so I've got a couple of samples, but I don't have enough clear embossing powder to do the technique for you, so that's got to go on my next order. So, and our embossing powders come in packs of 3 now, so the basics is black, white and clear, and then you've got the metallics, which are silver, copper and gold. So it's a little bit of a nuisance when you just want clear. You've got to get the black and the white as well. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Okay, so there are panels done. So I am going to attach them to our card base. I'll get this bit done. And then we can decorate our swinging gate. So you can see a lot of the fun folds I do aren't really that hard. They're not really complicated ones. I have done very complicated ones in the past. The never ending card comes to mind. But I really like a fun fold that's not too complicated, and that even a beginner could have a go at, have an attempt at doing. I'm just getting some glue, excess glue off there. Okay, so that's our card base coming together. So let's put the glue lid back on, and I shall get my blends out, because we're going to, our deckled rectangle is going to go there. And these are some other little bits and pieces I've got happening. So these are our mechanism pieces, which I'll talk about when we're attaching them. And I'm toying whether I should do 4, but I'll just do 2 to start with. So I don't need that at the moment. This is our little shop. This is going to be our stopper. See how we've got a stopper here? This is going to be our stopper, and I thought I might put the easel on our stopper and put that there. Oops, stuck to my fingers. There's a pot. That's from the paper. This one I had stamped and coloured from previously, and I've obviously got glue on my fingers. I've got a little lamp post. Okay, and I've got a bit of cobblestone for the road. But we need to colour our stamps in, and we need to put something in our shop. So let me get my blends. I still don't have all the blends with all the new colours yet, but we're working on it. We're working on it. Okay, let me move that, and I'll put my blends up there because that might be easier. Okay, so now we've got to think what I want to do. I think I will do a Daffodil Delight roof line. Oh, maybe not. Let me think about that. Could do smoky slate, couldn't I? Actually, before we do anything, I need to stamp. I'm thinking this could be a bakery, so I need to stamp my little bakery image. So let's get that and get our black memento, and we'll just grab our paper piercing mat. And I'm going to have to bring it down so I can line it up. Okay, now I want to put that bottom line sort of near the window or in the window. I found that worked best when I last stamped it. Fingers crossed this works. Yes, I think that's worked. Okay, so that's that. And where's my, oh, there it is. My second story. I want to stamp the light fittings that I don't know why, but I thought they looked like coat hangers. That's a bit funny, isn't it? So I'll bring those down here. So this is definitely a scene building stamp, and I'm trying not to bring my head in while I do this. There we go. There are light fittings, or Denise's coat hangers, because Denise is an idiot. So I'll just clean those off and pop them back. So that's pretty much the stamping done, except for maybe a sentiment. So I'll pull my light fittings back into my little stamp case, and my bakery back into my little stamp case. There we go. So I'm not going to go with a yellow. I'm thinking of going with smoky slate. Is this smoky slate? Dark smoky slate. Okay, let's see what that, oh, we don't need that. Get rid of that. Okay, so you're just going to have to bear with me while I colour a little bit of, do a little bit of colouring. That doesn't look like it's got much in it. Oh dear, they're dried out. I'll have to use my other ends. There we go. So I'm just going to colour in my facade. I guess that's what you call it. I'm using light smoky slate. You don't have to do a lot of blending when it's this kind of colouring. It's not like you're trying to sort of, you know, make a difference in tones. So I'm doing up here too. And I mean, if I wasn't doing a video, I could really go to town and colour the whole shop front in. But we'll leave it with the basic the base of the shop front, the background being the white. Just taking off some grey that I put there by mistake. Okay. We might do a dark smoky slate doorstep. Colouring is really relaxing, I find, and it's nice to do. So let's put the smoky slate away. I'm going to get out my crumb cake, dark and light crumb cake, and I'm going to do the doorway, or the door, not the doorway. Just trying to do it as quickly as I can, because you don't really probably want to sit here watching me colour all day. So as I said, I'm just going to try and do the basics in the colouring. Oops, sorry, my head's coming in. That's another reason why I don't do a lot of colouring in videos, because my I bring my head in too much. So this door's got a glass window pane, I feel. There we go. And we might go round the window frame with the dark crumb cake. and just do the bottom of the windowsill like so. Just trying to think. We need to do some. Now this is bronze. No, this is dark crumb cake as well. Well, there you go. I must have two of them. Okay, so we're going to do some of the bread in the dark crumb cake. I don't know what sort of pastries we've got in here, but we'll just work it out as we go. This looks like a pie, and this is ivory. I'm going to do the pie case in ivory, and maybe the bases of these cakes here. Let's do some icing on the cakes quickly. There we go. And I'll do a bit of a pie topper here. I'm just picking any which colours out now. So you just use whichever colours you want to either colour your books in the bookstore or the pastries in the pastry shop. What's this one? Light flirty flamingo. I don't know if pastries are that colour, but anyway. There we go. We might do the base of this cake like so. And what else can we do? What's this one? Blackberry Bliss. That could be a bit like berries or something. How about that? I think that's what we should do. Okay, so I might get my light smoky slate out again and just do that here for the letter, the mailing slot, and put these away. I won't be a second. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, we've got some little lights. I've got to do a bit more colour, I think. Yes. What's this? This is soft sea foam. I might actually put that in. I've got a scrap here. I just want to test it. Yeah. I might actually put that as the glass. Just frosted glass, maybe. There we go. And the same up here. I might just do that. Now I shall get Daffodil Delight and do a little, that's gone to God, that end. Do a little bit of light shining down from the lamps. Get my soft sea foam again. So this is all a matter of personal choice, what you want to do when you're colouring one of these scene building type stamps. It's entirely up to you how you go about it. Now I do believe our light fittings need a bit of colour. Maybe they need to be balmy blue to match our cardstock. Yes. So we'll just do some balmy blue over the light fitting. There we go. And as I said, you could go to town if I wasn't doing a video. You could colour in all the background of the little shop. But we're going to bring this in, and I've cut a little strip of the Designer Series paper that's got some bakery pieces on the back, but this looks like cobblestone. So let's just position everything first. So that's going to go like so. And then I've got a lamp post that I thought I could use. I've got, although the lamp post could probably go over here, because I've got a little canopy over our bakery window that I want to put on. Okay. Okay, let's start building. We will start with the cobblestone pathway. Okay, so we'll just pop that there. I just cut that shorter than my deckled rectangle die, just so that it fits like it's going to be like framed. And we're going to put this down, our shop front. And I might move it over a little bit to accommodate the lamp post. Now before I push that down, I want to put this one in as well. There we go. I'll just make sure I've got that straight. Looks pretty straight. Although these old buildings, they can be a bit crooked. Okay, so I haven't got sticky strip on the back of my light post, so I am going to have to do it with some glue, which is fine. You don't always have to have the adhesive. I will grab my tweezers though. The adhesive sheet on the back. Okay, so I'm going to put my little light post here. Okay. Now I did have some adhesive sheet on the back of my canopies, so I will grab my pokey tool and get that off. Just depends on what's in my scrap bags as to whether I've got adhesive sheet on things. Oh, sorry. Okay, so that's our little canopy to go over the window. Now I'm going to put that on mini dimensionals just to give it a bit of 3D. If I can find some mini dimensionals. Is this some? Yes. Okay, so I put that there like so, and we shall this scene building reminds me a little bit of like making a quilt. It's a slow process, but that's okay. Okay, so this is a pot plant that I had stamped and die cut. This is one from the paper. I think I like this one better, and I think I should put it on dimensionals too, the mini dimensionals. So when I'm making things, if I have leftovers, I just put them in a little plastic bag, little Ziploc bag inside the stamp set, just to you know, not to waste them, so that I've still got some stuff there next time I go to create. Okay, so I could do this piece of greenery coming down the building, or I could do these ones. I'm just trying to work out which one would look the best. This one could go across like so, and I could have ones coming down like so. Yes, let's do that. And this has got some, this is shaded spruce cardstock, and this has also got some adhesive strip on the back So we'll put that across like so. And then this one's got adhesive stuff on it. So I obviously had a scrap of shaded spruce with some adhesive sheet on the back. There we go. I think that's what looks. So those ones can wait till next time. And see, that's what I'll do. I'll put that in my little bag. See, I've got a light post already cut out. I've got a little bench cut out. I've got some other shop fronts cut out and partially coloured. So that's what I do. If I've got extras left over, I just pop them back in here and put them inside my stamp set. How cool is that? Now I will get a little bit of Daffodil Delight and I'll put it in here inside the lamp, just so that the lamp is shining. The lamp is on. The street lights have come on. That's pretty cute, isn't it? I do like it. Okay, let me move my blends off my table. And we shall put the mechanism together. Okay, so that's going to go like so. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so these are our little mechanisms. Now these are 2 centimeters wide by 5 centimeters, and they're scored at 3.2. So I shall get my little, so just bend over the score lines. And I'm not going to use glue adhesive, I'm going to use my seal. And I'm going to, I've just got to work out what I've got to do. Yeah, so what we're going to do is put that up pretty much to the joint, the score line, and in the center. And this one will go on this side. Let me just double check that that's, yes, that's what I'm doing. So as I said, I'm just not sure whether, I think I'm going to do 4 lots, because I think, being that this is a bigger piece, I think that would be better. So they are 5 centimeters. I'll use this scrap up by 2. I'll probably get them out of this. Yes, I will. By 2. And that will just make it a little bit more sturdy and secure. Now this is scored at 3.2 or 1.5, whichever is easier for you. So 3.2 centimeters or 1.5. Okay, so that's going to give us 4 mechanisms, which I think would be better in this case because of the bigger panel that we're putting on. Okay, so we are going to put seal on that, and we're going to, so instead of putting it in the center, I'm going to put them, let me just line up my little panel I'm going to put on. I'm going to put them sort of 2/3 of the way down, nearly up to that score line, not quite up to that score line. And then this one, the same, nearly up to the score line or the seam line, seeing that we're talking quilts. And then these ones I'm going to put about here. Yeah, happy with that. Just see where my little panel is. Now hang on, I don't want that. Yeah, I've got to just center this up. So these ones are going to go about here. Yep. Okay. back over and put that there. Okay, now I'm going to get my silicone sheet and bring that in so that I can put my adhesive on these without getting it on anything else. And I'm going to do the same over here. I'll turn my card around and put my adhesive. If you wanted to use liquid glue you could, but I just didn't think it was a good idea with this. Turn your card back around. You don't want to put it together upside down. No, no, no. Okay, now we're just going to eyeball it and center it. Center it. Top, bottom, left, right. And press down. And if you want to open it up and give it a bit of a press on the inside, you can. So there, we've got our mechanism and our cards coming together. How cute. Now, this is a deckled rectangle die that I had cut down. So let me grab the dies to show you. So this is the smallest deckled rectangle die. So I cut one out, but then I wanted it about the size for my little sign. So then I just moved my die up and ran up through the embossing folder again, and it gave me that edge that I wanted. So it looked like it's a proper die. It's pretty cool. Okay, so now we're going to get our little sign. Now there is a stamp in the stamp set with the sign, but there's also a little sign on the paper. So this is one I've cut out from the paper, and I'm just going to put that on my little stopper, because this is going to become the stopper. See, like this little character. So I don't think I got that sign completely straight. Does it matter? No. Oops, I've gone over 30 minutes. Okay, so now I need a panel of white cardstock for my inside. So let me grab some cardstock. Okay, so that is going to be 14.4 the inside, and I cut mine to 6 centimeters because that just seemed like a good fit. Okay, so let's put our inside panel in. I will go back to my glue for that. So that's where you'll write on your card. Okay, and then a little stopper. I'm going to put it down here up on dimensionals. So I've got some dimensionals left on this. So I'm using the big dimensionals. So the hardest part about this card is the little mechanism, which isn't that hard once you've figured it out. So I'm going to put my little stopper a little bit further down. There we go. And there you have a swinging gate fold card. So it swings. Even though we've put 2 mechanisms on, you might want to just get in there and give them a bit more of a push and make sure that they're secure. So that's the swinging gate. Isn't it cool? And it stands on the sideboard like so, but that's looking down, that's how it looks. And you can go ahead and put a sentiment there or a sentiment inside. This one I'll probably put a sentiment inside. My little hippo one, she got a happy birthday. Let's see. I don't know what I'll put inside. I might just think about that. Let's get together. Does that fit? It does. Let's do that. And I shall get my Misty Moonlight out. Now, I re-inked this morning, so I want to make sure it's not going to be blobby. So I'll do it on my little scrap here. No, that's beautiful. So let's get together at the bakery, have a coffee and a pastry. How about that? So that is my swinging gatefold cards. Aren't they cute? I do love them. And the beauty is, as I said, they fold flat to go in a standard card, standard envelope, C6 envelope. So isn't that just cute? Cute as. I like them. And I'll just quickly show you the one the technique one that I was going to try and do, but I don't have enough clear embossing powder. So that was this one. That's called the ghosting technique. And you stamp an image over designer series paper with clear Versamark ink, and you put clear embossing powder over the top. Then you swipe a dark ink color. So I've actually used Starry Sky over it and then rub it all off. You can see my fingers are still a bit bluish. I rub it all off, and it's a bit like Emboss Resist, but the ink that you're swiping over gets on the DSP that's not had any Versamark stamped on it. So I will do that technique for you when I get some more clear embossing powder. So that was that one with the Ray of Light background stamp. And this one I used the Timeless Tiles background stamp. So it's just a bit inky and a bit interesting. And I will do that technique. I'll try and find some techniques to do for you. And get off the Fun Fold bandwagon. So let me just find my mouse wherever that would be. There it is. So I hope you enjoyed that. So it's the Swinging Gatefold card. And that was with Les Shops. And this one was with Zoo Crew and the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper. I can't get it without the glare. So I hope you enjoyed that. So that's my Makeup Monday for this week. I hope you have a great week. I'll be busy at work this week, but that's okay. And I might be live on Friday for Card and a Cuppa. Otherwise, it'll be a pre-recording again. I'm not working Friday, but I do have a lunch to go to. So I'm not sure if I'll be home in time. So I might pre-record. We'll see how we go. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on Friday for Card and a Cuppa. Bye for now.